Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are the Shady
Trees
Stitches. With a really big delay, as always, because we're coming to you via Zoom again on this, I shouldn't need to look at the date, the 13th of August 2022. And I will just start by saying happy birthday to Jenny. She had a birthday yesterday. So this has now turned into a Jenny's birthday Flosstube about cross stitch. But actually,
yes,
the real reason, apart from being the monthly catch-up, is that we're going to be unboxing the Sassy Pouch baby animals pouch. So yes, if you're interested in cross stitch, you're in the right place. If you want to see what's in the Sassy Pouch, hang around. We will do it at the end. And that way, if you're not interested, you can go away. But I'd like to say we actually filmed this over a week ago. We did a really good job. We did a great video, probably one of our best. And I was using my iPad because I've started using my iPad because it films so much better. But it lost the video. So it's taken us this long to get back together to film it because we both just had crazy, hectic lives. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Jenny's a year older. You would have seen her last week. All right, Jenny, what have you been stitching?
Well, in June, it was one of my better months. So April and May were kind of, they were significantly under 1,000 stitches. June, I did 1,691. Now, as I've said before, there's one whip that I won't be showing, which is the small for the Smalls Exchange for the Daisy Chain Retreat, which I've been working steadily on. So I will show that. Presumably we'll do a little snippet at the retreat, and so I can sort of show.
Sure, we will.
Then, yeah. Anyway, okay, so the ones that I have been working on, I've done a little bit on my ho-ho-ho. So this, I don't have the full photos because I've got quite a lot of whips to show this time, but it's the border is now complete, and I've done a little bit more filling in. Now, this one, you might notice.
Oh, no.
No, because these are the bits that the baubles hang from.
I was thinking they were candy.
Yeah, because of the H's, because I haven't finished the H's, it looks a bit weird. But yes, so I've filled in the border, which is, if I go in really close, you might be able to see, there's like 4 different colors, and some of it is 4 strands, some of it is 3 strands of half crosses. So that has been a lot of hard work. That one was, why is it not showing me? Something is going wrong with my spreadsheet.
Technology and us are not friends at the moment.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh. Oh, no, sorry. I shrunk it on the wrong one. We're looking at July, not June.
Well, I was wondering, but it's.
Yeah, no, okay, sorry. Okay, so yes, so July was 1691, June was 1691, July 1675. Okay, that's better. So this one I did 124 stitches, but it was actually more than, because it was it was 124 full crosses, which means double that of half crosses. So some of them might have been full crosses, but mostly it was half crosses. Anyway, progress on that one. I did some more on my little Yoda. Actually went and hung out with the friend that I'm doing this for today. So he is actually kind of almost starting to look like Yoda a bit. You can see his mouth.
That's looking good.
So I did quite a bit on him. I did 264 stitches on him. So I filled in both shoulders. I think there might be a little bit more of that, but this shoulder, that's all complete. Now he doesn't go. So I'm starting to go out towards his ears, which will make it look even more Yoda-ish. So that's good on that one. I did some more on my tribal Eiffel Tower. Oops. So this one is, I think it's 18 count Ada that I tea dyed myself with one of the fruity teas. And then I've got this really pretty Karen's Water Lilies thread that I'm using. So I came down here a bit more and I did that little bit across there. And I think I did a lot of this S shape. So that one was Tribal Eiffel Tower, 253 stitches on that one. I probably should do some more on that, on this one this month, because this was my birthday start a couple of years ago. So yes, so that's that one in a French-ish bag, my Mona Lisa bag. So that one. I did my other Paris one, my Reflections of Paris. Did some more on that. This one got only 106 stitches on this one. So that's where this is. So what I was doing, I decided to add a little bit more sparkle, just this tiny little, I think it's the top of a window. So I did those three and I did a little bit more of this building over here. So slowly. That's in a Paris bag as well. It's a Silks for You one that I got at the Mittagong retreat. The so far only in-person one that we've had. I did some more on my Strawberry Fields. So this one I did show at retreat, which was, no, that was in June. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. Yes. I did 189 stitches more on this one. So this is the one that I can probably just about cut the fabric now, because that's as wide as it is going to be and that's as tall as it's going to be. So what I actually worked on was the brick wall down the bottom, and all of the bricks are filled in. So not very exciting colours of stitching compared to some of the rest of it, but I have now reached the bottom, and that little corner is finished, which then means that I can work my way across and start working on the house if I want to.
Yes, and it's a nice house. It's not too big. It's not too daunting.
No. Well, also because the border is very pretty, but it's very fiddly. The green keeps changing colour and the strawberries keep changing colour, and yeah, it's a bit fiddly.
It's a lot.
So moving on to the house, which is more, straight up and down, and I won't have to count so much. All right. I also did some more work on my bauble tablecloth. And this one is very easy to show you before and after. Here is the before and here is the after.
Yay!
Can you see it all?
Got an extra bauble.
Yep. So I haven't finished this bauble yet. It's 140 stitches. I think it's about 220 or something to finish it, including doing the string. But yeah, a decent start on that next bauble, which will be 4 out of 36. I think it's 36. It's either 36 or 32. I can't remember. And I also did a little bit more on my castle sampler. So this one I did mostly, I was filling in this square down the bottom. I had just the outside border done, and I think possibly half crosses for some of the second row of gold, but now there's the second row of gold is done, the bluey purple's done, and the next row of gold has been started. So again, it was another one that I didn't have to count so much, because once I did the outside box, then it was just filling it in.
That's looking so good.
Yeah. I've actually, I can't believe I didn't join it before, just joined a Teresa Wentzler cross-stitch group on Facebook.
Hopefully it'll give you motivation to keep working on it.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, Animal Stitches, she mentioned it in her Flosstube, and because she's doing, I think she's doing the Trade Winds one, the one with the boat, and then it's got alphabet at the bottom, but she's actually going to change it and put a quote at the bottom instead of the alphabet. So, oh, and the castle was 122 stitches. So, oh, according to this, I also did 74 stitches on my stitch in time, but you know, that's not really worth showing.
No, not really, but did you start top left corner?
Not quite. I started with the biggest chunk of black in the top left corner. So there's a few ninja stitches further left, but there's it's obviously, you know, the spine of the first book, because it's a few stitches wide and it's quite long. So yeah, so that's all my stitching.
That's all your stitching. Well, that's pretty good, Jen. So would you say that was your second best month so far?
No, so January and February were more,
right? But
June and July were very, very close to each other. But yeah, because January was nearly 3,500, but I was on holidays for 2 of those weeks, and I was trying to do the Down Under Divas monthly challenge, which was 2,000 stitches on the castle.
I actually last month did the Down Under Divas challenge for the monthly, and I succeeded in doing all of it, and I was so impressed, and it was what drove my stitching last month. So that was really good. This month I haven't really looked at it. It's always a yawn when Jenny and I film at night. Okay, well, since I last saw you guys before we lost the video last week, I have been doing lots of stitching, and I'm not going to be like Jenny and segregate. I'm just going to show you what I've done up till now, because before we know it, it'll be time to do our next one. So I had a really good July. My July got me back in the swing. I was thrilled, just having a look through my folder to see, but it was actually my second highest month for the year. January beat it by 200 stitches. So I did 20,155 stitches in July.
Wow.
Yeah. So
even for you, wow.
That was great. I was back. I was happy. I was firing on all cylinders, and it was going well. And I met all my prompts and all my goals and pretty much everything. So that was July. July was awesome. And we hit August. So I've done lots and lots and lots of stitching. Before I filmed last week, I'd done 3,327 stitches. No, 3,856 stitches. And then since we filmed last week, which was last Wednesday, so it's a week and a half, a few days ago, I've done 3,327, which still sounds really good. Do you know how many stitches I've done this week until yesterday? 300. It's been a doozy of a life week. There's been a lot going on in my life. So not much stitching has been happening. I have a bit more life stuff to tell you.
I haven't done much this week either.
No, so I'll save life stuff to the end, because I like to hear life stuff, but you know, we are a Flosstube about stitching.
Yeah.
So in no particular order, and I can't really necessarily even tell you what I did, but I can use this to my benefit. I don't even know if I have the pictures to show you, but in my, I probably don't, because they're probably last month's, and I've probably taken them out because I finished everything and sorted it all out after the last video. Yep, really, just the way it is. All right, my Celtic Winter. This is my oldest whip, and that is how much I have done on her dress. So Her goal was to get to 1,000 stitches 4-week go, and she, I think, has done it. I had to frog most of it. I learned a really important lesson. You should never, ever, ever put your pieces away wrong. I had...
Yes, you leave yourself a note.
Yes, I picked this back up and I went, oh, my stitches are going in 2 different directions. That's very unusual. That wasn't the wrong. Like, that was okay. I can suck that up. There was a lot of stitches in one colour going one way, another colour going another. Not sure how I did that. I decided I'd continue. I then stitched more, about another 300 stitches, I think. Then I discovered that, yeah, the reason why this is my oldest WIP and has been put away for so long is that I had miscounted way back then. And we're talking like 10 years ago, people. And I didn't mark it or remember it. And so then I had to frog all those stitches out in 3 different colours. Oh, that was so much fun. Not.
But you did get to count it. There was one of the Down Under Divas fortnightly prompts for that fortnight. One of the prompts was frogging. So you were able to make it useful.
My cover shows you how old this piece is. Does that not scream? Now, all right, so this is my only one I do on a scroll frame, and I've made a dust cover because it used to sit on the praying mantis, which I have to remember to take to the retreat. So if anyone is going to the daisy chain retreat and would like a really big floor stand, I'll be taking it for the freebie table. So you can look forward to that. Okay, what's next in my pile? Let's just go through the WIPs. I just want to check that I've actually stitched on them. All right, stitching time. Stitching time is going awesomely well. Just in case you really want to know, this is shelf 3.
Is it finished?
No, got this.
Oh, not quite. Not quite.
Not quite.
Okay.
So when shelf 3 finishes, so that's on the biggest size ominic you can get. When shelf 3 is finished, I will be scrolling it down to shelf 4, but I'll unscroll it and take a photo. And that's particularly important because I just joined a group on Facebook. See Zook Stitch and a couple of other girls started a stitching shelf yesterday for World Cross Stitch Day. See, Jenny's birthday's on World Cross Stitch Day. Did you realise that?
No.
Yeah. So I joined that group, and I'm doing extreme cross country on that and loving it. So I have done stitches on that. I'm not going to even try and attempt to tell you how many stitches, people. Sorry about that. It was all really mathematical and perfectly worked out last week. Okay, the next one that I have done some work on is my Pretty Little Sydney. And I have finished this side under the Q-snap. I've got to do one colour underneath, and then the building's going back up here. So that came in handy for a lot of prompts, a lot of different things. Definitely comes in handy for Know Your Admin this month, because that's me. Talked about that in the homework group. As Jenny pointed out, we don't have to talk as much about my plans this time because I've already done the planning video. But my Pretty Little Sydney had a lot of stitches done on it. I don't like stitching this because it is on 18 count Aida, and I'm using CXC, which is a little bit thicker than DMC, and I'm using 2 strands. So I've worked out that's why I don't like it, hence why I have learnt now. I have nothing against Aida. Aida is great, but I'm not enjoying stitching this as much as I love the Paddock Lane Design smoky, stormy colour. I don't like stitching 2 threads. If I'd done 1 thread, I think I'd be really happy. So I finally worked out why I don't like it, which is important to know, but I'm going to persevere anyway. Yes, my Nutcracker Village is nicely. I am using this 300 stitches every week for my sale prompt for the daily 30. So the first one is finished, and we're working on this one up here, which is a peppermint shop.
What's above the roof?
Oh, that's another border. It's the border that goes on the top. That's a top border.
Oh, right. Okay.
Haven't finished doing that yet.
That makes sense. I could just see that you'd stitch something above the house, and it's like, I wonder what that is.
Yeah, it's like a funny shaped bird. No, it's the border that goes all the way across each row. This is on a piece of Paddock Lane Designs Opalescent Turbulent. So in case you're wondering, it's like browns and greens, and I love it. And you can't really see the sparkle. Maybe if I come close, can you see any sparkle?
Oh, yep. If you sort of tilt it up and down a little bit, then you get to see.
So
yes,
pretty. I thought snow needed sparkle. So that is how my nutcracker is going.
Yes, and you need a slightly darker colour with the sparkle for the snowflakes and everything to show up.
My Anzac has made some good progress.
Ooh.
So I am coming around, got the lighthouse done over here. What I'm going to do is join this circle up here and finish the inside, because I know there's a miscount and I want to make sure I can match up the outside with the inside. So I'm going to finish the inside first and then go on to this bit. Yeah, with my lovely Silks for You, one of their regular numbers that I don't know off the top of my head, but it is beautiful. Nice colours and does look great on the dark fabric. So Anzac had a lot of work done on it. Right, the next one I'm doing is my Epic Disney Princesses Sal. So I am doing in a different manner. I am actually stitching it, and it's going to be a fabric book for my grandchildren. Well, it's going to be in my house, but my grandchildren can enjoy it. So this is where I'm up to.
Your long way off future grandchildren.
Yes, non-existent future grandchildren. But I'm not doing it all as one. So the front cover will be the castle with the swirls.
Very
and then each page thereafter will be one of the scenes. So that is how that one is going. We're into this week now. I will talk about that one in a minute. I have done a fair bit of work today. Oh, I've done so much work. I moved the Q-snap and forgot. So I'm going to have to unmove the Q-snap. My ABC houses. I have two finishes today. This square and this square got finished. We also have this one finished as well, but it got finished a while ago. So I'm moving my way up. But yeah, they do look, yeah, they are beautiful pieces.
I like how it's not just about the house, like each one's got a little different scene just in front. So there's one that's obviously a Christmas one, so it's got some reindeer.
Exactly.
You've got some little fuzzy sheep.
Yeah. So it's lovely. So I'm looking forward to continuing working on that. I'm positive I've done some work on this one, my Lantern Lane, because I know I finished this fence over here. Got started here. Actually finished the whole bottom 2 stories of the house now. So it's a little house needlework. So it's been getting a love. And the other one that I have stitched on randomly for a prompt, I was doing So You Think You Can Stitch Survivor. And it was going really well. And I think there were certain things you had to stitch in a competition. And I love the competition, but unfortunately, some people are over competitive. And it's funny because I've been called very competitive before, but I'm not a nasty over competitive person. I just like to get a job done well. So it ended up getting canned because people were being nasty. So I had to dig this one out to do the ghost.
Oh.
Halloween. So I did my ghost.
Yes.
So it got a bit more love than it was planning to because it finished whatever that requirement was that I needed to do. Now, that then leaves me with one more piece. And this one is quite exciting because I'm trying something new. I am trying to stitch Train of Dreams by Randall Spangler using the parking method called Royal Rose. Now, I'm just going to make it so it looks a little bit prettier for you. A bit jangly. So I had previously stitched a lot of this down here, but now I have completed those ones all the way across. I've got park threads on my Kumihima bobbins, and I've moved over to the next row to start. I was really enjoying it, and I'll see what I think when I actually use those part threads. But I figure this piece will be quite good because that is as deep as the piece is. Like there's only that much fabric at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, because it's short, but it's wide.
Oh,
Yes.
it's very wide. I've got a clip holding all the side fabric, but I'm really enjoying the way that looks. I'll put it up close. And the fact that it's totally finished, I'm enjoying that too. So that
Yes.
I've been having great fun doing that, but I haven't been able to let myself keep stitching on it. So that, people. Oh, I don't think I've done any temperature bookshelf, no. So that's on the list for tomorrow. But anyway, more about that later. That, people, is my stitching in the last however many weeks since you've actually seen me. Been any shopping, Jen? Any haul?
No, only the sassy pouch, but
Okay.
we'll do that at the very end.
We'll do that at the very end. I have a little bit of haul, not much because I'm still being good, but I did take the advice of people and buy myself a packet of Kumihima bobbins, and they're really well, they're quite expensive for what they are, but they're very good. They're just like a little bit of plastic, and you wrap the thread around it, and then you squeeze it in, and it holds them.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to maneuver, but the good thing is they're super light. So I'll end up with quite a few hanging across just to keep it tidy, and it's not getting late. So, yeah, some people have added needle binders to them to make them stick on the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and that's the smallest size of those. You can get bigger ones.
You can get bigger, but I wouldn't want bigger for what I'm doing.
No.
And then I have got a set of Silks for You sitting here, which makes me think that they arrived sometime during the week. They made it to the last video because everything from the last video is still sitting on the desk. Fortunately, I knew soon enough that we required them, so they haven't done anything yet. This is the regular colours. So the colour of the month, aren't they? They're just so beautiful. Silks for You really, really do a great product. There we go. So that is the colours for the month. We have got, in case you're interested, PR 179, PR 62. I'm trying to use the white backing in case you're wondering. PR 73 and PR 152. So very pretty. And that, I think, is all my haul. I don't think there's any.
I think that's all you showed last, like a week or so ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've gotten anything else. No, I got vitamins. I'm expecting some more to come in, but that's my haul. All right. So that then leads us to plans. What are your plans, Jenny?
Well, when we filmed a week or so ago, I hadn't sort of looked in depth at the monthly challenges and stuff yet, but I have done that now, and so I've come up with my plan for what I'm going to stitch on for the month. So mostly it's so I try and do the No New Starts, Year of the Chinese Zodiac, and then Know Your Admin. I try and do pop culture all about the month and the movie challenge, and then the 2 Down Under Diva fortnightly prompts. And occasionally there's a semi-sane that will work with one of my pieces. So so this month, the this or that is, it's either stitch on something to do with winter, or that says winter, I think, or something that is school or book related. So I've got my Beatrix Potter. So I'm going to do some work on that, which then also fits in. I've managed to make it fit for one for each of the groups. I try and, so last, I did do better at my double, triple, even quadruple dipping last month. This month, I've got lots of 2s, a couple of 3s, and 1 4. So my aim, I'm not going to get there, but according to my calculations, my aim is 2,000 stitches for the month, which I think might be, given that I haven't done much and we're already almost halfway through. We'll see.
Awesome. You just reminded me of something I think we talked about last time. We had a comment on the video and someone was wanting to know about how do we keep everything in order? How do we organize our planning, et cetera, et cetera? And last week I was able to tell you where I directed her, but I can't remember it. I'm thinking season 3, episode 32, but
I will put that in the comments down below when because Lisa does the videoing and the editing, and then when she uploads it, I go and put in all the comments in the box. So if I remember, I will try and put a note in there.
Yes, and it shows we did a whole episode, well, not a whole episode, but we did a chunk of an episode where we talked about our planning. It's right around the beginning of the year when I was doing my planning. I know. Yeah. And then I think the next video we did Jenny's planning. So we haven't got a standalone video on that, but we do have that information there if you're interested.
Yeah, and we also talked about maybe doing one towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, that we'll do another one on how we do our planning.
We'll do our yearly planning standalone for you this year. So if you're interested, you can look it up. Yes. Okay, so my plans revolve at the moment around WIPGO. So Train of Dreams was called. Catch the Wind was called, which I haven't done a lot of anything on yet. I'm just sorting out my piles here. A Month Late, 12 Days of Christmas was called.
Yep.
My Disney Princesses were called. I only have 5 called. There is one more. I just must have skimmed over it.
Yes.
I have the Juniper Bay Window.
Uh-huh.
Now, I've been stitching these on Ada too, but I'm actually about to change what I do when I finish this one and start the next one in the series, because I am trying to collect them all. I'm actually going to start stitching them on Paddock Lane Decides even weave or linen, because I feel they look really good on a variegated.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a little aside. So they are the pieces that are meant to form the bulk of my stitching for this month. Only 5, because the 6th one that was drawn, I never actually started. So I'm not starting something else in its place. I did actually find the one that I had used in its place, which is from the same designer. But I just went, you know what? No. August is going to be a very unknown month for me. And that's before we had last week. I'm heading to surgery next week for my foot. And I'm going to be in hospital for 4 to 5 days. I'm then going to be not walking on it for 4 weeks. The day after, I'm allowed to walk on it, theoretically, if all goes to plan according to the time frame I've been given, is the Daisy Chain Stitches Retreat. So luckily I have the beautiful Jenny and the lovely Michelle, who are going to be helping me with my stall and particularly carrying all my stuff to put in the stall, because I might be able to hobble there. I will be there. Well, you know, all going well, but I won't be able to carry stuff. And Paddock Lane Designs is an exhibitor at the stall at the retreat. I am taking all my unusual sized fabrics, so all the fat quarter fabrics are coming. They're going through Daisy Chain because she sells my fabrics. All my unusual size fabrics, so smaller ones that are usually about fat 8s, which is about 50 centimeters by 30 centimeters, so they're still a good size. They're coming with me, and all my die spot ones that I've got at the moment that have little die spots on them, that will be at a reduced price. Plus I will have Jenny's needle minders and my needle minders. I'll have scissors, thread keeps, floss drops, floss bling, and cottage garden threads. So we have a lot of things in the Paddock Lane Design stall. So it's exciting. So if you're coming to the Daisy Chain Retreat and you're one of the 75 lucky people coming, bring your money, because there's going to be a lot. Oh, I forgot, and my designs as well. I'm actually going to print my designs. So I've been madly working together on getting them into a printed format. So I'm excited about that too. All right, there's my Paddock Lane's design ad. Now back to my plans. Well, my plan for this week is really to get ready for the retreat. So there's not a lot of stitching in my plans this week, unfortunately, because I need to get everything done before.
Everything that you need to be on your feet for. Yes.
So I can probably leave. I have to get some of the patterns printed so I know exactly what paper and card I'm using, etc. But I can probably work on formatting the rest of the patterns when I'm off my feet. And then I can, Jenny can go and get them when she gets here or something. It's not going to be hard for someone to do a pickup. But all the working out, labeling the fabric, packing everything at least into containers. Michelle's coming to help me next Wednesday, so she'll know exactly, we're going to have a pile of stuff that's packed, ready to go. It also means that the dyeing I'm doing tomorrow is the final dyeing I'm doing for over a month, which is pretty amazing. So my Etsy and website are going to be basically closed by the time you see this video. So if you want anything, you're going to have to just wait till mid-September when I reopen, because I'm not going to be able to dye. I'm not going to be able to walk out to the room to get stuff. So I'm going to close for a month while I recuperate. But my plans in general are to stitch on those 5 pieces as much as I can that fit in with the prompts across the board. And the prompts that I am fitting in with are numerous ones. I haven't even worked out what fits in with my admin prompts yet. And I'm the admin feature. But I do know that it will involve Catch the Wind because of the August winds. It will involve ABC houses because of Little House Neighbourhood. And it will involve bay windows because of shady trees. So I do know that that will happen. I do know that I will actually be doing a bit of work tomorrow on my very behind temperature bookshelf. July.
Oh.
Yep, not June. I still haven't finished June. I've gotten way behind on it. So you
haven't even got the August shelf stitched, and we're 13 days. Ooh, yep.
Yeah. So bad Lisa needs to fix on that. So I'm stitching that tomorrow because I'm going to join in a different Zoom tomorrow for 2 hours. It's a stitching Zoom with some different people, and I'm going to stitch on that because that's actually really easy to stitch on in Zoom. And I, even as you say, especially if I do the shelf, don't have to think about it all. I do have stitches left to do. I still have to do 810 stitches on my Chinese garden mandala.
Yes.
I want to get this finished this year.
Yes.
I will have to add up, but there will definitely be some. I want to at least finish that row, the third one, stitch in time, so I can roll it over.
Yes.
Obviously, the weekly sal of the Nutcracker, 300 stitches. I want to try and keep working on Lantern Lane to finish it, and as you can see, I'm going pretty well.
Yes.
This one I want to do. I'm thinking maybe I'll take that away with me. I don't know. I've got to work out what to take to hospital for 5 days in case I can stitch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stitch it all or if I'm going to be able to stitch a lot. So I've got to be prepared for both. My Halloween wants to get finished this year. I haven't started my 1,000 stitches on Teresa Wensler, but I don't think that's going to happen this month.
That one's not going to hospital, no.
Anzac will go to hospital. Easy.
Yes. Yes.
Pretty Little Sydney will go to hospital.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it's probably going to be pretty much the ones I want to finish are what are going to go to hospital because they're the ones that are on. I figure that this 8x11 Q-snap's the right size for the hospital bed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a stand. I'm not necessarily going to have a good light. I'll have my headband light. I might even take my ring light, actually. It might come in handy because I think I can probably jimmy that up on the top of the bed. Yeah, who knows? So ones that I can fit in this size. That's my plans.
Yeah.
And I am doing this weekend, though, so I need to do some stitching. I don't know when. The pop-up in Daily 30 for the World Cross Stitch Day, and they have lots of free passes and things for September.
Which you need because you don't know how you,
So who knows? All right, well, that's my plans. Next up, we have our American Australian word of the week. And this came from a conversation last week when I was really, really busy. And I wrote to the girls on the No New Starts road trip chat. And I said I couldn't sweep today because I said I'm flat chat this arvo until this arvo. Left of that one about my day. Then got back onto the chat in the afternoon and they'd been having a bit of discussion. What on earth was I talking about? They got half of it. Jamie was very clever to work out that this arvo meant this afternoon, because remember, in Australia, we shorten everything. Although morning doesn't get shortened ever.
No.
But this arvo, is it?
Well, it sometimes does. You might say morning to someone instead of saying good morning. You just drop the good and just say morning.
But the morning, like I would still say I'm busy this morning.
Yes.
But I'm busy till this arvo. So anyway.
Yeah. So flat chat means busy. Yeah.
Flat chat means really busy. So busy I don't have time to scratch. So that's what it means. So that is your word, flat chat. Means flat out.
And it seems that there are, I guess it's the sound of the words, that there are quite a few sayings where there's the double word or double sound like that. So, well, not necessarily both the same vowel, but tip-top. So if something's in tip-top condition, it's you. I'm being more Australian. Tip-top, very good. But I don't know if that's so much an Australianism. I didn't realise flat chat was an Australianism.
And look, and some of these Australianisms might be Englishisms, but the American friends aren't familiar with them. So that's your American word of the week. 2 words, flat chat and arvo. We'll save some others for another day. When they come up in conversation, I do my best to try and remember them to share with you because they are funny. All right, guys. That leads us to our main part of the video, Sassy Pouch unboxing, which, disclaimer, A, if you don't want to watch, turn off now. B, we've already unboxed it. So this is Jenny's attempt at unboxing. Unwrapped. We love the tissue.
So instead, hang on, I just got to crinkle for a minute. Okay. I got it. Start with. If I start with my card, and then if I start with contents, the contents card, I can actually go in order. So we got very cute little baby animal cards.
We did. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Handmade. As always.
Okay. The first one was our Silks for You silk. So it will be interesting to see if my colour is better because I've now got a ring light. So I'm interested to see if my colour is more the same as Lisa's now.
No.
No.
Your ring light's still on yellow. Change your ring light colour to the blue and see what that does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does that make it?
That's a little bit better. Yeah.
Third option. You guys can experiment with us. That's probably the closest, That colour. Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, hang on. Let me do the test on which colour is best. Yeah, that's looking a bit more. It's less tomato, a bit more watermelon.
Yeah. So
okay, let me try all 3. Hang on.
Okay.
Ooh, that's looking more watermelon.
Yeah.
And then that got more tomato. So yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, we'll try on that one for now.
But this is the colour that it is.
Yes. So it's
beautiful brown, yellow, tan, sort of white.
All soft, light colours, like so baby chicks and baby cows and baby goats and a little bit of white, so baby sheep.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 was our hoop.
This.
That way.
I am so excited. Yes. Screen grab that YouTube, because this is a nerd frame. And I have heard a lot about these and I have not used them. In fact, this nurse frame's probably coming to hospital with me. So it's a square frame. I do remember having something, it's got a twist top at the top, and this is a 220 millimeter frame. So that's awesome. So I'm super excited about that.
220 this way, 195 that way.
Okay, there we go.
Not quite square, almost square.
Well, I can show you now, because here it is against the 11x8 Q-snap. So it gives
you a little bit wider, but a little bit shorter.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to try that.
Okay, next was our packet of DMC needles.
So you've got to tell me what's next so I can find them on my table. Our packet of needles, size 20.
It's useful. Yes.
Very practical.
I don't think I've had DMC brand needles before, so
no.
It'll be interesting to see how they measure up to other ones. Next is our little beetle.
Which I do have another one somewhere, but this is so handy because, look.
My other one's yellow, so it's different.
You see that?
It lights up.
As well. So it's a torch and a needle threader, and this is coming with me to hospital because that will come in very handy.
Yes. Next is the needle minder.
Okay. Now, can I just tell you a funny story about this after we tell them? I got told the other day, my youngest child came to me and said, I love that thing on your desk. I only stitch on days ending in Y. And I said, well, I do. I only have a stitch on days ending in Y. So they're super cute resin needle minder. Gorgeous.
And a giant bobbin.
A giant bobbin. Lovely, lovely, lovely thought. That is so cool.
Next is the pattern.
The pattern.
So these were all different.
Yes.
I talked to another friend and she got a turtle one.
Oh, okay. It's a full kit.
Yes.
From the DNC. I have a wombat. Jenny has a...
I have a kingfisher.
Yeah. So I've got some pictures on the back of two others that are in the set. Have you got the same two on the back?
No, but I've got the turtle one, which my friend and Liz, who you've heard on our retreat special. Yeah. So this has turtle and frog.
There you go. So they're from Lutz brand. Full kits.
Then we've got the tape measure.
Oh, yes. These are cute because of baby animals is a theme, right? So it's cutesy baby animals. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at your
so you pull his tail and then you push his nose.
I'm impressed this is still on my table. I thought the girls would have stolen it like they did the last one I had like that.
Yeah. And Liz got another animal of these, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Look, the Sassy Pouch is such good value and they're doing such a great job. I can't speak highly enough of what a great job the girls do. So thank you, Joy and Juanita. Really good job.
Next is the ground guard.
Yeah, so it fits the nerd tube.
Yes, so it's thinner than a
Q-snap one, but still fat enough that it can hold some fabric in. So there we go.
And all the cute little baby animals.
Very cute baby animals. They're really, really cool.
Okay, then we got our needle tin. Little pink rectangle.
Yeah.
Maybe
no, it's still here.
Okay.
Yeah. With a cat on it.
Yeah, so that it's got a magnet on the inside for your needles, and they've put different little baby animal pictures on them.
Also,
it's very cute.
Hospital with me, probably with my packet of DMC needles. So thanks, girls, for preparing my hospital visit.
Then we got our little non-stitching treat.
I ate that already.
The only reason I didn't is because it was still in the bag and I forgot about it. So they gave us Fairy Friends. So these are chocolates that you get, it's individual little chocolate bars that you can get in Australia, and all the different animals on them.
Milk, and they have like shapes of the animals sort of imprinted on them. They are really yummy. Made in Tasmania and they're gluten-free. So I ate them.
Yes. Then there's our little piece of Tassie, and that's it. Oh, and then so Lisa doesn't get the fabric, but I've got the fabric, and so this time, Piglets in Mud, it's called.
It's lovely.
So it's a nice sort of mottled, beigey, browny.
Yep.
Yeah. A really nice sort of mottled neutral. It's yeah. And then because I finished my map of Tassie last time, I got an extra little goodie, which was just a little piece. So this one's 18 count Ada, just a small piece of pale pinky
Lovely. Bonus.
mottle. Yes. And then somewhere here, awesome facts about Tasmania. There are two theories on why it's called the Apple Isle. The first one is its former status as an important apple exporter. No, I just have to put it out. The second, however, some say it's because the island is shaped like an apple.
Yes.
It's like, well, maybe, vaguely.
I buy that.
Number 2. Yeah. Tasmania isn't as small as you think. In fact, it's about the same size as the Republic of Ireland or Sri Lanka. 3. Speaking on size, Tassie's coastline measures about 4,500 kilometres. That's longer than the combined coastlines of New South Wales and Victoria. But that is because New South Wales and Victoria have inland borders as well, and Tasmania being an island, it's the whole way around.
I reckon it's only just longer because Victoria has quite a wide border.
Yeah, because it goes all the way down. Yes. Now, this one is interesting, and as they say, a good Trivial Pursuit question. Tasmania is situated closest to the equator than Rome or Chicago.
You don't think of it because you think, oh, it's a long way down there, but it's not actually.
Almost half the state is World Heritage Area, National Park, or marine or forest reserves.
Yeah.
Which is good. Number 6. Now this one's interesting. Tasmanians travel the shortest distances of any Australian workers between their homes and their jobs.
Yeah. Because even if you're going from one major city to another, I think it's 3 hours. So it's pretty small.
7. Tasmania used to be attached to Victoria via a land bridge until 10,000 years ago when the polar caps melted, making the oceans rise.
I believe that.
And number 8, all that's left of this land bridge is the Furneaux group of islands, of which Flinders Island is the largest. This one's interesting too. 9, Tassie has water so pure it produces the only bottled rainwater approved by health departments around the world. So there's another thing that we shorten. We don't say Tasmania because that's 4 syllables. We just say Tassie, and everyone knows what you mean.
Yep.
And lastly, number 10, when it comes to rude, baffling and hilarious place names, Tasmania has it all. There's Eggs and Bacon Bay, Trousers Point, Penguin, Milkshake Hills, Stink Hole, Granny's Gut, Awesome Wells, not Orson Wells, awesome.
Awesome.
Satan's Lair and Lovely Bottom.
I live in Lovely Bottom, next to Satan's Lair. They're probably not next to each other. Don't trust me about geography.
No. The top 5 Tasmanian food specialities: wild abalone and lobster. Well, you would expect with a very large coastline that they would have a lot of seafood. Tasmania is well known for its abundant marine life and great fishing, but did you know that it is also one of the world's premier suppliers of wild abalone and lobster? Also, leatherwood honey, black truffles, premium fresh fruit and vegetables, and farmed salmon.
Lovely. So that's some very good facts about Tasmania.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. As again, apologies for the technical difficulty last week. I honestly don't know when you're going to see us / me again, other than you will see me tomorrow with Laurie for a weekly challenge video thing. But after that, I don't know. So you'll see us when you see us.
Possibly from the retreat.
It could be from the retreat. Probably you're bound to see me before then, but we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Until then, guys, happy stitching, everyone.
Bye.